Hello, everyone. This is Jeannie, and it is Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, we go live. And today, I have the honor of having an amazing woman. She is a powerhouse who is transforming lives and building bridges across Pennsylvania. I know she's in Philly, but we know about her everywhere that we are at, and it's Felicia S. Shanken. Felicia is the founder and CEO of Philadelphia Women Networking Connection, and she is a dynamic platform designed to elevate women entrepreneurs, give them visibility, and create real economic opportunities. Right? She is a business strategist, community leader, and the advocate for women who are already stepping into their purpose, building profitable businesses, and growing with confidence. Please, everyone, help me in welcoming the amazing Felicia Shanken onto the show for today. Awesome. I'm so excited to have you here. Let me make your screen big because it's a little on my side. I don't know why. Hold on. But how are you? Thank you so much for being here today. You are absolutely wonderful. And I know that you're located in Philly, but I'm all the way in East Stroudsburg. And I've
Okay.
been following you and watching you for a long time. And I believe that you are one of the women that I constantly see on the platform, social media, Facebook, Instagram, inspiring other women to grow and develop into stronger people that they currently are. So I want, for people that do not know you, I want you to introduce yourself on who you are and what is your vision and mission with us all.
Well, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year because
Yeah,
we haven't seen each other. And
very.
thank you for allowing me to come before your community to talk a little bit about what we do. So there's a little correction I have to make. I'm not in Philadelphia anymore.
Oh,
I'm an
you know.
hour outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs.
Oh my God.
So I'm in Montgomery County, but I'm only an hour away from Philadelphia. But
Okay.
before we even go there, I am a New York girl. I was raised in Queens. I will always be a New Yorker. Philly is my second home. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. But anyone, hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Felicia Shanken, and what I do is I am the founder of the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. I empower corporate and professional women to become entrepreneurs through leadership development, AI marketing, networking, and transformational events. So you say, well, what does that mean? What does she do? I help women overcome the fear, the confusion, and the uncertainty of leaving their corporate and professional life to successfully build and grow their own businesses. So that's who I am, and that's who we are.
Well, that's amazing, and that's a lot. Like, just hearing you give your information and what you do makes me excited. It's like, oh, I need to plug in with her, right? Because we all have ways, things that we need to grow and develop, and just everything you touched AI, you touched so many things on there that we need to learn so that we can incorporate into who we are today, so that we can be a greater us tomorrow. So definitely, your introduction is a powerhouse in itself. Like, it needs no more introduction, but what you just did. But I want you to share with us what inspired you. Where do you come from? Because I love your energy. And obviously, you said you're a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker too. So I know we're a little explosive. Some people do
Right,
not understand that, but it's
right.
okay. I always say we come from the concrete jungle, which is like
Yes,
dual,
we do. Yes, we
right?
do.
So it's a little bit different. And I know that that's your energy. But what was it that inspired you here in Pennsylvania to get started, to connect with women, to start cultivating them in all your experiences and knowledge that you've kind of endured, like got throughout the years?
Well, let me tell you, Jeannie, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I've always had some type of side business because I just knew corporate was not the route I want to go. So let me give you a little bit of history. So I come from a medical background. I was in radiology, doing CAT scan and MRI for over 25 years, almost 30 years. I went back to school for nursing, and it was when I got my nursing degree working for the Department of Veteran Affairs in Philadelphia, working with the veterans, which I love. I decided that I did not want to do the medical field anymore. So I walked in one day, sat down at my at the computer, and I typed my resignation letter. I sent send, and that was it. I couldn't turn back. I couldn't change the trajectory of my life. I had a vision in a Panera bread, believe it or not, that there was something greater to be built, and that was to bring a network group, even though Philadelphia didn't need any more, but to bring a network group to the Philadelphia area, but to do something a little different as far as with women. So what I wanted to do is I wanted something fun. I wanted where we can have fashion shows, we can have hair and care, we can do the things that we women like to do, but also have women come in and talk about content for your business. Because I was going to a lot of network events and I just felt unfulfilled. I felt I collected business cards. Some, I followed up on, some I didn't. They were either at a restaurant or a bar. The music was too loud. The vibe wasn't there. And I just felt like, okay, I met a lot of people, but what did I learn from my business that I can apply right now? So that's when I jumped into action. And it started off simply as something fun, something I just wanted to do. I had no idea that 7 years later that it was going to turn into a global phenomenon that it has. So sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, it's going to take me a while to catch up to my business and actually what it is that I'm doing. So, that's how we started. And again, I just knew that I was not built for that corporate life. And I'm not taking that away from anyone who works a job. God bless you. I work jobs. I work many jobs, sometimes a couple jobs at one time. Some I loved, some I didn't. But I just knew that that was not the path for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. I know that you said that you went to networking events, and I know there was it's crazy, like you said, there are way too many networking events here in the Pennsylvania area, and we have to pick and choose which ones we can either afford or are really in like come in accordance with what we're doing, right? Because a lot of the time we're spending time with friends and family, that are in these networking events, and it's not really financially productive to any one of us. So I've learned that, I have Latinx's networking group, and it's the same thing. I wanted to see how I can cultivate that into something different. I believe there's power in numbers, and I follow the numbers when I'm going to networking groups, right? Who am I helping? How much I'm helping them in financially, and what is the return to me? And I think a lot of people have to kind of take that into consideration when doing networking events or attending networking groups as well, because that's the only way everyone grows. How is it that you transitioned into doing it? Because I see you focus more on the women. How
Yeah.
is it that you transitioned into focusing on the women, what women need, and how to pretty much gear all your knowledge? Because I know you come from the medical field, but the knowledge that you have in how to be a power builder it has nothing to do with radiology, right? So it's amazing. So you definitely went headstrong into this. And I always say, when you have something, master it. And when I speak to you or when I hear you, you've definitely mastered your skill. So how is it that you transformed that into gearing it to women, and why women?
Well, first of all, I have 4 degrees, college degrees that I'm not doing anything in. So we'll start there. So
Okay.
that laid the foundation, getting the word out there and talking about what it is that you want. Coming from a medical background, in the medical field, it's about you being a servant. Being an owner or an entrepreneur is nothing but a servant. That's all you are. As glamorous as you like to say, I own my own business, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, you are here to serve others. You are here to fix a problem that they have. That's why you have a business. That's why you make money. That's why you help people. I always say, if you take the focus off of trying to make money and help people, the money will come. So that's the first thing. Second thing, it's just built in me. I was raised by my grandmother, who went to work every day. She worked every day, whether she was sick or not. And I knew that that's not the life that I wanted. She died poor. I knew that wasn't going to be my life. That was not going to be me. I wanted to leave a legacy. And the reason why women is because I believe, first of all, I don't have sisters. I have 4 brothers, 3 living. And I always wanted a sister. And I believe that women, we can accomplish so much more together than we can apart. And one of the things that I instill in my community with my women is collaboration. We do not compete. If there is any competition whatsoever in our circle, then we have to get rid of that circle. So it's all about collaboration. And it's because of collaboration with the women, my sisters, who I have met along the way, I have built PWNC to where it is now.
That's wonderful. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see women, especially here in the Pennsylvania area, that they're facing as far as having their business grow, or just even having, I know we always talk about mindset, but I think mindset plays a huge role in the decisions that we make as women entrepreneur. You did say, which is 100%, we are here to serve. We're here to offer a service to people. And sometimes our mindset gets in the way and we allow many things to get into our way, even competition, which is ironic, which we should be building each other to make ourselves stronger. But unfortunately, in a lot of cases, that is not the case, right? But what are the biggest challenges that you see of entrepreneurial women here in Pennsylvania?
One of the biggest challenges is that women do not bet on themselves. I won't say all women. I will say a lot of women that I've come across. They won't bet on themselves, and they don't pat themselves on the back or give themselves the grace when they accomplish things, whether it's big or small. You don't have to compare yourself to me. Okay. I don't have to compare myself to you. A small win is still a win, no matter how big or how small it is. So I always try to say, be your biggest cheerleader, because no one in this world owes you anything. And in order for you to succeed at anything, it does start with mindset. I want to tell you something funny. I've been in every business you could possibly think of, and one of them was in the finances. And I remember I had, her name is Elizabeth Yang, and I always reference her, this little Asian woman. She was probably 90 pounds, if that. For a whole year, she taught me nothing but mindset. For a whole year, before she even released me into the finance world, before I even started dealing with any type of clients or anything like that. She had us read books. She had us read quotes. We had to study. We had to repeat back to her what it is that we learned. One, words are very powerful. You are who you think you are. So if you think you're a loser and a failure, then that's what you're putting out into the universe. And that's what you're going to attract. And that's what you are. If you think that you're a winner and you surround yourself with winners, that's what's going to come into your life. If you surround yourself with 4 millionaires, you're guaranteed to be the 5th millionaire. If you surround yourself with those people thinking, I'm not going to be anything, I'm not going to do anything, my life is going to, that's how your life is going to be. So it's all about making decisions. Decisions make powerful consequences. And I say consequences because I always tell people when I'm doing speaking and I'm talking at speaking engagements, I'm not different than you are. I didn't do anything differently than you did. The only difference that I did from you is I made a decision. I made a decision to change my life. And I worked hard to be where I am now. So I'm not going to apologize when the accolades come. I'm not going to apologize when the awards come, because first of all, you don't know what happened in my life for me to get to where I am. So if you see someone, I always clap, especially for our sisters, for the women, because you don't know what the road was that took them to get to where they are. So instead of sitting on the side and looking sideways and being a hater or saying, oh, she had it easy or whatever, find out what it is that she's doing to be successful. You can learn a lot if you keep your mouth closed and your ears open.
Wow, that was powerful. I'm I'm sitting here and I'm like, I want to clap and I want to do like my daughter does this whole period thing.
Yeah, they do that thing now.
You get a bunch of those. Like I'm sending a bunch of periods on your way. Oh my God, that is so true. You're so spot on. I always say, do not judge a book by its cover, because we have all taken different journeys, and that is we are each a product. That we are a product of our parents, of their beliefs, of whatever culture was surrounding us when we were growing up. Like we're New Yorkers, so that's a different beast over there, and
Yes.
the respect that we have to give each other is immense. Like you're talking, and like my heart wants to jump out into like little cheerleader roles. God, I wish we had more than an hour, but eventually we're going to do this again. I know it.
Yes.
Mindset. What would be one mindset shift that women need, especially now in 2026? We have AI. We have so many things. Everything seems like a competition. But AI is kind of, I'm going to touch on AI because I know that you speak on AI a lot, right? And I believe one of the events I attended, you were talking about AI a little bit. I think it was geared more to Comcast or something. I can't remember.
Constant Contact.
Constant Contact. Yes, I remember that. But then you did touch on AI, and I feel AI is something that can be both intimidating and exciting at the same time because I was recently speaking to a group of women and they were saying, you know what, I'm doing all of this and I've cultivated all of this. And then someone just shows up and they're plugging things into AI and they look like they've mastered all these skills. And yet here I'm very authentic and my growth and development, but then they're beating you at this game of, so just what is the mindset shift that women have to have going into 2026 with this whole AI and just mindset shift in general right now?
Well, AI is here.
It's
here. It's not coming, it's here. And the bottom line is you have to get in front of it and learn it and embrace it, or you're going to get left behind. It's just that simple. One of the things we're rebranding, we're in the process of rebranding, and our rebrand is PWNC Digital Futures. And one of the things that we are bringing to the forefront is teaching women business owners, especially those 50 and over, how to incorporate AI into their business. AI is a tool. And if it's used properly, it can take your business to heights that you never even imagined. I'm like a kid in a candy store because I'm very creative. I love doing things in Canva, and I'm just very creative as far as when it comes to my business. I'm very strategic. I always think outside the box. I always think of ways of how I can make things better. Yes, I had a good year last year, but now how can we make this year even better? So for someone to think of AI as a competitor, it really isn't. AI is being used in everything. It's being used in real estate. It's being used in doctors' offices. It's being used in schools. It's being used in everything. Again, it's a matter of how you use it. Now, you have people say, well, I'm afraid of AI because it's going to start taking jobs. Okay. Listen, AI is an app. It does what you want it to do, but it has to have that human touch. The human has to tell it what it wants it to do. It is generated by a command. So the more you use it, it starts to know you. Now, one of the ones I use that everybody uses is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a piece of sand in a pond of an ocean. It's just one part of AI. It's not all of AI. It's more than just making AI images. It's more than building bots to answer your phones and different things like that. There is a whole world out there as far as AI and how to use it. And again, you can easily get intimidated. And that's one of the reasons why we are building these courses, the downloadable courses, where again, the 50 and over can go in and they can start from the ground up and just start getting in there, playing with it and getting more comfortable with AI so they can start working that into their business. For the professional and the corporate women, the same thing. What is it that you're trying to do? It's like that, and I'm dating myself, but it's like that analogy. You don't eat the elephant in the whole setting. You take it piece by piece, because if you don't, you will get overwhelmed. So you have so many people out here, they take an AI course or they take a weekend course and all of a sudden I'm an AI consultant. No. AI is much more than that. You have to learn. And remember, when you're out here and you're introducing these AI products to people, it's your brand. It's your name that's on the line. So you better know what you're out there talking about, especially if you're asking people to pay you $2, $3, $5, $10,000 for the work that you're doing. Because if you do something wrong, guess what? first of all, you know, messed up your brand and your name, and they're not going to hire you again. And more than likely, you're going to get blackballed, especially if you're in a city like Philadelphia. I always say Philadelphia is a big city, but it's really not. Everybody knows everybody in the business world, especially if you're out there and you're about and you're networking and you're meeting people. So I say to everyone, you know, jump on the bandwagon, because in 5 years, probably even less than 5 years, because AI is here, that's all it's going to be is AI. And remember, it was like when you went from the typewriter to the computer. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to learn this? Or when you had to learn Word, or you went from a PC to a Mac. It's the same thing with AI, but you're talking about now faster. You're talking about learning to work better, efficient. You know, you can have a whole AI team and be a solo entrepreneur, and people think that you have a whole agency running behind you. So for me personally, I think it's probably one of the best things that has happened to a small business owner.
Wow, is there? Yeah, definitely 100%. We have to grow and develop with the times as
Yes.
well, right?
Yes.
And I am over 50, and I can tell you that I'm scrambling to learn and stay caught up with everybody. So, yes, I am following all these young ones, watching what they're doing, and trying to imitate what their focus is right now with AI. What would be one thing that you would tell women that they should focus on in order for them to start producing more income in their business for this year? Because I know a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, we say we're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, but then we're not bringing in the income, right? So it's the glamour of having a title and saying, you know, we're doing these things, but sometimes we're easily distracted. What are some of the things that we should be focused on so that we can start seeing that income and producing more income now in 2026?
First thing, and I just had this conversation with someone last night. First thing you have to do is get away from these networking events that are social events.
Mm-hmm.
That are not helping you. You see the same people. They're doing the same thing. You're not working with these people. You're not getting business with these people. So why are you going? You know, we only have so much time in a day. Okay. And as much as there's nothing wrong with being social, I go to social events as well. But then this year, for me, my word is alignment. It's all about being intentional about the networking groups that I'm aligning myself with, the people that I'm aligning myself with, because I want to continue to grow my business. I want to grow this business more internationally, and more globally, I should say. And I want to be able to introduce these programs to women, these new programs that are coming out. But, you know, one of the things is you have to find out what the need is. Everybody is looking for something. You have a gift. We all have gifts. God gives us all gifts.
Mm-hmm.
What is that need that you're trying to fulfill? One of the examples I use is the pool noodle. Who knew a piece of styrofoam that float in the water was going to make somebody millions and millions of dollars? Because somebody was in the pool, probably floating, and say, you know what, it would be nice if I had something to float on. And hey, here's a piece of styrofoam. I bet you if I cut it into a specific shape and did different colors and sold it, I would make a mint. It made them millions and millions of dollars over and over and over and again. Every time I look at a noodle in the pool, I'm like, somebody's a millionaire multi times over because they thought about a piece of styrofoam that floated in the water. Makes sense, right? So it's just a matter of you have to do your due diligence. We can't, success just doesn't drop in your lap and say, hey, here's success, I'm here. No, you have to work. You have to find out who is your demographics? Who are you selling your product or your service to? What is their need? What is it that they need? How are you going to fix the problem that they have? Okay, if you're if you are a mom, okay, and think about the people that have all these daycare centers or after school centers. What are they fixing the problem of? Parents are working until 5, 6, 7, sometimes later than that. Their child has to have somewhere to go if they don't have family to take them to or something like that. So what can I do? Let me open up a child care center. Bring your child, even with the pets, okay? Parents work during the day. I can't leave my pet home by himself. I want my pet somewhere. Open up pet care centers. Bring your pet here. We'll take care of your pet every. You have to find out what the need is. You got to do your homework. You have to find out what the competition is doing of what you might want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Who's winning? Look and see what it is that they're doing. How are they marketing? And you have to stay consistent, because when people are ready to spend their money right now, they're not going to look for you. And if Felicia's in front and Jeannie's only popping up every week, who are they going to buy from? They're going to buy from Felicia because they see Felicia every day.
Mhm.
They're not going to come and look for you. People don't wait to spend their money.
Yeah, definitely. Visibility is crucial. What are a few ways that women maybe can increase their visibility? What are the
Oh,
few ways that they can use?
marketing, marketing, marketing. Marketing is everything in your business. Marketing will either make or break your business. Branding, you have to do it. You have to do it. Social media is set up now. First of all, social media is free for now. But social media is set up to the point that you can sit on a Sunday and do your whole marketing campaign for the whole month and just set it up where it's time to come out at a certain time on different platforms on different days. So there's no excuse. So you have to say, it's like anything else. You have children, you got to make sure your children are taken care of. You have a business, you got to make sure your business is taken care of. It's just like a muscle. The more you use it, the greater it gets, the bigger it gets. And that's it. You can't diddy daddle. You have to ask yourself, do I have a business or do I have a hobby? If you have a hobby, then fine. Visit your hobby every now and then, once, twice a month. Nobody cares. You make money, you make money. But if you have a business and that's the only thing that you're doing and you want it to be successful, guess what? You're going to have to pay your dues. And that might mean 12, 14, 16 hours a day. That might mean the weekends. That might mean less time with your family. But think about it. In the long run, it's not always going to be like that. So you might have to take some time now to build your business to have time with your family later, or to go on that vacation that you want to go on. Unlike, there's some people like me that is like, if I'm not doing anything, I feel like I'm not doing anything. So I'm always busy. Even when I shut it down, the mind is always going.
It's true. I was at a lunch with a few business owners today, and they asked me the same thing. They're like, "Why are you always?" And I say, "You know what? I cannot have an idle mind. I cannot have a mind sitting in front of a TV or trying to figure out what to do. My brain has to always be, and it's usually productive for everything that I have to do. So I feel everything aligns. A lot of people don't understand, but everything I do aligns together. You built a powerful community for yourself, because I see your name, I see you on all social platforms, and I know that you have an event actually tonight, which I'm registered for, and I will be in attendance. And I just want to know, where do you see yourself, or what is your goal for the next 5 years with your business, with the women in your business, and with your community? What is your goal for the next 5 years?
Good question. Goal for the next 5 years is to continue to grow this globally. I want to leave a legacy. I want to get to a point where possibly I might even sell PWNC. I haven't gotten to that point yet. It's still my baby. It's only 7 years old. It's in the toddler stage yet. But I want to be able to, at some point in my life, relax because, I am over 55. I left my corporate job at 55. I'm 63 now. So I want to be able at some point to relax and just enjoy time with my husband and travel the world more and do more of what it is that we want to do. But before I do that, I want to make sure that PWNC is a good running oil machine where the legacy is there, and whoever takes over after me will just be able to follow the blueprint, because that's basically what I'm doing. I'm leaving a blueprint for the next person to come behind me. So when they see what I'm doing, what's working, they're really not going to have to do anything but just run the business.
Wow, that's great. What is one message you want women listening right now, that are either listening live right now as we're speaking, or maybe might plug in later on to listen to this recording? What is one message that you want to leave with them, that they can use moving forward in their goals?
Believe in yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't listen to other people tell you what you can do. God gave you the vision, not them. So if he gave you the vision, obviously he has a plan. And so what? If you do something and it fails, who cares? You start again. I always say you can change the plan, but never change the goal. there's always a goal, right? There's always an end. There's always an end goal. There's always somewhere that you're going to end up. You might have to try 4 or 5, 6. Listen, like I told you before, this is my first 2 full-time businesses that I built from the ground up. But it is not my first businesses. I can't even tell you how many businesses. Some of them were successful and some of them weren't. But again, don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. You're going to work harder than you ever had to work before in your life. To be an entrepreneur, as glamorous, again, as it is to say, I own my own business, trust me, it's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not for the faint at heart. And if you care about what people think about you, you're not going to last.
Wow, wow. Very powerful. For women that are listening right now and they're thinking, I need what Felicia has to offer right now. I need her community. I want to support. I want to grow with her. How is it that they can get involved in your projects?
Well, our website is phillywnc.org. That's phillywnc.org. I think it's up on the screen there, so you can go there and visit us. Right now, our membership is being revamped. So we're going to have a membership where you can join and you'll be able to go and have downloadable courses that you can learn from. And some of them are going to consist of AI, which is going to be great. So for those that are intimidated or don't know where to start or even how to start, we are here to help you. We're going to walk with you to do that. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Felicia Shankin. I'm there. You connect with me on Facebook, Felicia Shankin, and you can also connect with me on Instagram at PhillyWNC.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know that you're going to be preparing for your next event tonight. What are some other events that you have that people want to pay attention, they want to plug into? What are some things that you have upcoming that you would like to share with us right now?
Well, right now, again, because we are rebranding, we had to switch around some of the things, but we're going to be doing a lot of online training, which is good because I had my international people and my domestic people reach out to me and say, Felicia, don't forget about us. We still want the training. We still want to see what it is that you're doing. So I'm going to be still doing some online workshops online, everything from Constant Contact, which is a email marketing form, to the AI courses, to digital marketing courses, and also collaborations that we'll be having in between there. So we might have some stuff on finances, getting your finances in order. Also, I'll be putting up shortly on our website, I'm going to be one of the panelists at the Lady Boss Summit that's coming up in March. So I'm very excited about that, to pour into those women. And that's going to be for International Women's Day. So I'm excited about that. So there's a lot of good things that are coming down the pike.
Yeah, I'm excited for Lady Boss. I'll be on there as well. So I'm excited to see you in person. There, hopefully I see you before then, but if not, I'll see you in March.
Yes.
So that's exciting. So any last words right now that you want to share with anyone? Any inspiration, motivation, mindset, anything at all right now that you want to walk away knowing that you left a piece of gold, right? Because everything that you've done I always say gold nuggets. You've been just like throwing it at us, right? But one thing that you want to say to the audience that will or is watching currently to motivate and inspire them, especially as women, to not give up and keep going? Because I know some of us are emotional based, right? And then they kind of fall short on themselves, and give up. And I think that women are a powerhouse. Women, and I know we have some men on here, which we applaud you, but women there's something about women, and when they are focused and they're winning and they're bringing other women along with them, there's something about that it's just it's hard to explain. But this is your time right now, Felicia, to share something with all of us. And yeah, go ahead, it's all yours.
Well, men and women, okay. This is the bottom line, okay? There are so many hours in a day. You only have one life. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is real. When the curtains go down and the lights turn out, it's over with. God gave us all gifts. When I leave this world, I don't want one gift in me that God gave me. And hopefully I wish that for you as well. We all have something to give. You have to look deep within yourself and say, okay, I may not be a Felicia, I may not be a Jeannie, I may not be this person or that person, but trust me, there is something that the world is waiting for to get from you. We all have gifts. You just have to tap into yours and find what it is that I have to offer. I remember my first speaking engagement, I got paid for. And I was like, I can't believe that people pay me to hear what I have to say. And I remember being in school, I was one of those kids that, the letter was sent home, your daughter talks too much in class and this and that and that and this and that. My teacher would be proud of me now because all that talking in class finally paid off, because look at where I am now, right? But don't listen to the oys. You don't, oys are the outside noises. Again, people don't know your vision. And whatever you do, whatever you decide you want to do, keep your mouth shut. Do not broadcast what it is that you're doing. When I left my corporate job, no one knew I left my job, not even my husband. My husband found out I left my job when we were coming back from vacation in an airport, and I told him I left my job. That's how he found out. Don't give anybody the opportunity to get into your head and talk you out of the dream that God gave you. They don't know the vision. They haven't heard it. They haven't seen it. Don't give people that opportunity to cast their fears on you about anything. And again, be your best cheerleader. We don't put things on social media. Some people do for likes and comments and stuff like that. I don't care. The stuff I put on social media, trust me, whether people are commenting or they're liking, people are watching. And you know how I know they're watching? Because they repeat things to me about stuff that I put up on social media, even if they didn't put a comment or a like. And do never, 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 ever apologizing to people, apologizing to anyone. Never apologize for wanting a better life for your family, and being successful. Never. And when you win, you let everybody know that you win. You do not win to be quiet, because your win is going to motivate someone else to do better and be better. Thank you, guys.
That's amazing. You are amazing, Felicia. I am super excited that you were on the show today. I feel that so many women, doesn't matter what their age is, need to hear women like you that have done so many things and that continue to do so many things for so many women and men as well. Because, we always say women, but I know men are watching on the sidelines,
Yes.
taking their notes as well, and they're...
It's funny you say that, Jeannie, because I always get men that say, well, can men come to your events? Of course they can. We support you too, men. We love you too. Okay. Yeah. And yes, you can come to our events, and yes, you can take my courses, but we gear a little more towards women. But it's okay. We got you. We got you too.
Yeah, definitely. So I know that I have guys watching on the sidelines and business owners, that they've been very supportive of everything I do. And they tell me the same thing. Are you doing anything for men? I tell them, the difference between men and women is that women show up and men do not, right? So we'll do an event for men. Unfortunately, a lot of them have to run businesses, but they don't really show up. But I know they're watching and they're always paying attention and they're always very supportive to whatever. That was a man that did that. That was a man.
That was a man that did that. Hey, but men, we still love you. But you men have so many networking events that you go to, so many things that support you. Yeah. It's okay if we women can have something to ourselves. It's okay. It's okay.
We're not booing you guys. I didn't boo you guys. Okay. I do thank you, Felicia, for being here today. I know that it's very short, our interview. I know you have something to set up and prepare for coming soon today. So I hope that women do plug in to that one. It's on speaking, correct? If I'm correct, right? So
yes, actually we have, she's one of my coaches and she is phenomenal. And I don't say that about too many people, but she's phenomenal. Her name is Orly Amar. She's coming on tonight. It's going to be virtual. And she's talking about making $150,000 in speaking engagements your first year. She guarantees it. She's the only coach that guarantees that. Or she will work with you until you do. And when I say she's phenomenal, she's phenomenal. She has helped me tighten up my game. And I was like, well, what was I saying to everybody before? And I was getting paid then. So really now, yeah. So she's going to be awesome. Everybody is going to be in for a real treat. She always over delivers, and I tell her she over delivers. But it's going to be a nice workshop. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. For anyone that's interested, if you go to the Philly WNC.org, you go to our events page. There is still time to sign up. We can send the link to you. It's via Zoom. Again, it's going to be a phenomenal workshop. So if you're serious about being a speaker in your business, this is the workshop for you. And real quick, Jeannie, before we leave, I was looking on LinkedIn today, and one of the #1 jobs in Philadelphia is consulting, coaching, and speaking. So there you go. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna be there because I want to. I want to make $150,000 in speaking. I like to speak as well a lot. So I'm gonna
do I.
I know. I'm doing something wrong because I'm not making $150,000 yet. But I'm gonna plug into that so that I can see how I can master that skill a little bit better. A lot better. Because I'm not even close to 150. But
but that's okay. Hey, this is still January. You got 11 months to make it right. Okay?
Right? It's good. We're only in the beginning, setting goals. We're only in the beginning of the year.
Yes.
So let's all. I'm gonna share. I believe I have the flyer, so I'm gonna reshare it on the Latin Nexus page and everywhere. So you have time. They still have time to register. Correct?
They still have time to register. Yeah, it's at 6. I think I'm gonna shut down registration at 5:30 because I have people getting on about 10 to 6, so we can get ready and get things set up. And this way people can see if there's any technical difficulties and, any issues or anything like that. But yes, we already have, I think, close to 60 people that are registered. We don't get excited about numbers because numbers are just numbers. You get 60 people registered and half of them show up.
Sure.
Those are the ones that are serious about their business. And, hey, whether we have 60, if 30 or 2 show up, we're still going to bring our A game because that's what we do.
Yeah. So I'm going to share that. If you want to jump onto Latin Nexus, you can go ahead and register. You heard there's a cutoff time. So please make sure you jump on there, you register, and we make this more than 60 people showing up. So I know those few that will bump off. It's okay. This was meant for you. So I need to see you guys there. Send me a text. If you're on there, I will be on there as well. So Felicia, thank you so much for all your wisdom, for your heart, because as you're speaking, I can tell where your heart is, right? And you need to be someone that shows compassion and has a mission in order for everything that you are projecting to come into existence, which you have shared with all of us that it has. And the way that you speak, it shows that you are destined to greatness, right? But you're not going alone. You're taking a bunch of people with you, which is the beauty of this, right? So when someone is speaking and they're geared more to themselves, but no, you're focused on everyone else's success as well. So I want to thank you for that. And I am excited. I am looking forward to this new year, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to connect with you somehow. I'm going to collaborate with you, whatever I can do to help you with the PWNC. Let me know. I'm more than happy to go out and help you, especially for our younger women. I think our younger women right now, they need a little guidance and direction. They're a little bit distracted with a lot of social media and a lot of things. And I think that they need to see that there are empowering women out here that can guide them into being empowering women themselves. So I will definitely, anything that you need from me, you can count on me. And I want to thank you. And women out there, I want you to know that you don't have to build. You don't have to do anything alone. There is always somewhere out there that can guide your steps. Okay. Don't try to do things on your own because it's not going to happen. You need to lock hands with the right people that can help you see the doors that are opening before you. And I always tell Watch the doors, they're opening up. You just have to pay attention and walk through. So I want to thank you, Felicia, and I want to thank all of you for plugging in today. Please, let's make this video go out to as many people as you can. You know me, I'm Latinx's Jeannie Ruiz on the Empowerment PA, and I'm going to ask you to please support the Empowerment PA, the PA Empowerment Network. Please support them by subscribing, because we have so many wonderful hosts on there, sharing their knowledge from mental health, from business, and different things that we need, topics. Please subscribe, share this forward. This is for our community here in Pennsylvania. Doesn't matter where in Pennsylvania you are. We can all collaborate together to make us one strong community. So I love you guys. Please make sure to like, share, and follow. And do not forget to subscribe and pay attention to my page. I will be sharing the information for tonight. And please like, share, and follow anything that Felicia is on. She shared her platforms are LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. So make sure that you go and you follow her and go to her events, and more events that are going to be coming up that she's going to be collaborating with, and I'll be collaborating with as well, because knowledge is power, right? And it's knowledge put into work that really brings you success. I love you guys, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Not Batman, just Jeannie. All right, love you guys. Bye.